Other people began to want to use the house. For example, people from Dundee University came. People came from St Andrews. I remember I went to a couple of schools and spoke to students, and some of them came down, particularly 5th and 6th year came down. I went to Glenalmond and they got a bus party down. I remember they could only do it on a Sunday afternoon, and so it was, they arrived here with, they'd been, some of them had been engaged in some class of sporting activity. I've forgotten what, but they arrived here, tired and sort of with all sorts of big bags, and they came in and wanted a seat. So please do. So there was all of that, and we also managed to have a couple of things in the AK Bell Library. We managed to put on an event where we had people who had put some of Willie's poems to music. We put that on because one of the things I did that I was quite clear about when I came here was that I wanted the house used. It seemed to me that here was an asset that wasn't being used properly, and it was quite strange. I mean, it's right in the middle of a very nice housing area, and so therefore you had to be quite clear about how you used it.
Yes.
But we ran Saturday night Cayleys over from about 6 or 7 months, and they were a feature every year that I was here. They would start in September and they would finish about April and May. And so therefore they had just started when the exhibition. They were sorry, they hadn't. They were coming to their end when the exhibition. But they'd been going for about a year and a bit.
Right.
And we had all sorts of things in this room. People would come in here and they just simply sat round, and we went round the room, and some people read, or most people sang. Sometimes we had musicians. In fact, I remember one time it became that the musicians who were visiting Perth would often land up here. So, strangely, there was nobody ever complained. In fact, we had people from come from the area come to these.
That's really interesting, because I often hear people suggesting things, and then other people say, "Oh, but it's a residential area, and you need to consider."
I actually did it, and then worked out the residential area problem afterwards.
Right.
It seemed, the way I did it was I got in touch with the local branch of the TMSA, and I already knew one person in it, and I'd known them from a previous existence of mine, and came and talked to them and said, let's see what we could do.